Welcome, everybody, to the final score. I'm your host, Nicholas Marcinov, and today we are going to be making our divisional round NFL predictions. Today, I'm joined by Chris, the Dolphins fan. Say, Chris, the Dolphins fan.
It's a very monotone for me because although the Dolphins lost, they gave up a good fight.
Let's have a moment of silence for the Miami Dolphins. I said silence.
Sorry.
Anyways. So, this is a game show where I've challenged all my friends to predict the NFL season. Whoever best predicts the NFL season will win a jersey out of my pocket. Any jersey that they would like, a custom jersey, whatever it is, favorite team, other team, doesn't matter. I won last season. I got myself a nice Cleveland Browns jersey. Not this nice jacket, though. Shout out to my dad, who watches all of these videos sitting right there on the couch. We see you, big guy. All right.
I'm sorry, just the way you said that, like sit on the couch, watch it. I'm like, okay,
Oh yeah. No. 2 weeks ago, I joined him on the couch, and I was there. Whatever. I was like, he's sitting on the couch, and he's like, I am.
it's funny because whenever you think of YouTube, I think of like a computer and not like a couch. Like that just blows my mind.
He watches us on TV, man.
Oh,
Yeah. So
fancy.
we're on the big thing right now.
We're on the big screen
We're on the
finally.
big screen. Soon we'll be in movie theaters. This is getting way off of track, but we gotta find time, right? So,
Yeah.
uh, currently the rankings. I am currently in first. I went 4-2 last week for an overall record of 175 and 102. Ben went 3-3 for a record of 173, 104. You're in third place. You went 4-2 with a record of 172 and 105. And then we actually have some eliminations. So there's 10 possible points remaining, and Tanner has been eliminated. He went 2-4 for a record of 162, 115. He's 13 points behind me. There's no physical way for him to win. I'm sorry, Tanner. And then DJ, well, I don't think we announced that he was eliminated last week, but I think we can announce that he's been eliminated. He went 4-2 for an overall record of 152 and 125. He's seen better days. He's definitely seen some better days.
According to him on the group chat, this is his best percentage uh since we've been doing this apparently.
Get out of here. I could double check that. 54.87%? Really?
I wouldn't think so, but apparently according to him, yeah.
I I I double check these numbers. I have them all saved. So doesn't matter. Let's just go ahead and jump into the divisional round predictions. First up, we have the number 4 seeded Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the number 1 seeded Kansas City Chiefs. And these two teams, we did not pick this matchup for the divisional. We expected the Chargers to go into Jacksonville and light it up. And you know what, dude? They did. They rocked out in the first half. They were like just alive. However, somebody forgot to tell them that a full game is 60 minutes and not 30 minutes. So the LA Chargers decided that was enough whenever they saw their phone at 50% and unplugged it, not realizing that they had battery damage already. So the Chargers, they actually gave up a huge, huge comeback to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Good job for Trevor Lawrence, man. Like, honestly, I love Trevor Lawrence. I think he's going to be really good in the league. I can't wait to see where the whole his career takes him, but he's one of those exciting guys that I look forward to. And then, of course, you have the Kansas City Chiefs, who Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill is my favorite wide receiver. And Patrick Mahomes played a huge part in that just because he could get the deep ball to Tyreek, and Tyreek's already, blasting almost 30 miles an hour to catch that ball. I thought whenever Tyreek wasn't there that Patrick Mahomes would really have to take a step back, but he's only gotten better, man. He's been utilizing his receivers more. Granted, his favorite is still Travis Kelce, but he's just passing the ball around. And whenever I think about this matchup, it really does come down to the quarterbacks for me. Like Trevor Lawrence, he's had a great second season under Doug Peterson. However, I think I just like Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs better. Jaguars should not have won the game last week. They should have folded, but they didn't, which we give them kudos. But you snuck out a victory. Now here comes your comeuppance.
Yeah, it's funny because one of my old coworkers, or well, yeah, old coworkers, had retired the day of the game, and it was funny because he's a Chargers fan.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking to myself when I saw that they lost, he was probably at home, oh yeah, first day of retirement, and then he sees that he probably freaking had a heart attack.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
not a good way to start your retirement.
No, and unfortunately for the Jaguars, I want to pick the Cinderella story
Yeah.
that the Jacksonville Jaguars, they're the underdog. They come in and they just like, blow some kneecaps. But I can't go against the Chiefs, dude. It's like out of all the games, this is one of the ones where I can't pick against the better seed.
I
I'm
agree.
going with the Chiefs.
We're both going Chiefs. Dude, have a feeling we might be the exact same this week, which doesn't bode well for you. Just
No,
saying.
it does not. No, it does not.
But let's see if there's any differences in this next matchup. It's the number 6 seeded New York Giants at the number 1 seeded Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay, well, the Eagles finally get Gardner Minshew off the field in place of Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, Gardner Minshew, I love you, but you just didn't have it in the last two games of the season.
He was a meme
Um,
king.
yeah, he was a mean king. And the Eagles will finally be able to play at full capacity with Jalen Hurts back. Um, and on the other side, the Giants just snuck in this somehow. What are I don't know if Daniel Jones has been taking some kind of like magician lessons when he went to like go throw the ball, but then just like put it behind his back. It was like, huh, look at me being sneaky. But you know what? I'm gonna go with the Giants. I'm gonna go
Ooh,
with the Giants to pull an upset.
ooh,
It
baby.
yeah, I don't know why, but I feel like the Giants are kind of one of those teams where it's kind of like when they were back in the playoffs of 2012 when they had Eli Manning and they just
Mm-hmm.
kind of snuck their way all the way up to the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that they're going to make it to the Super Bowl, but I definitely think that they have a chance to beat the Philadelphia Phillies.
The
Phillies.
Philadelphia Phillies?
Yeah, they're gonna go. They're gonna go play some baseball. I got baseball in the mind
Or
still.
did the baseball players suit up for Sunday?
Yeah, Bryce Harper plays defensive end.
Oh God, he's getting run over. Uh,
They're gonna beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
okay. Well, I'm going with the Phillies. I I would love the upset because I can't stand the Eagles, but that's okay. Um, somebody has to win this matchup. The four remaining teams in the NFC, I don't care for at all. So I'm really hoping that somebody in the AFC wins because I kind of like all of the AFC teams.
Yeah, I do too.
Let's go ahead and move on to our third matchup, the second to last matchup. Dude, it's kind of nice only having to do 4 games instead of 16.
Yeah, because it's like
It does
you
wear
can
out on
kind
you.
of a little bit.
Yeah. Let's talk about the number 3 seeded Cincinnati Bengals at the number 2 seeded Buffalo Bills. This matchup is a spicy matchup. This is, of course, the matchup that we should have got in week
Ooh.
17. However, Damar Hamlin, we all know the story. I'm not going to go over it, but that game was held in Cincinnati and it was not played. The NFL decided to just forego the game and move on. Now we finally get the matchup, and I think it's going to be fireworks. I think that these guys are going to be playing with hearts on their uh whatever hearts on their arms, shoulders. I don't know the phrase, but all of them have a little bit something to play for in this matchup. And if you remember, whenever the Bengals were taking on the Bills, until that injury, Bills could not stop the Bengals, man. It was all go. Uh Bills only could kick a field goal. And I know we only had like one possession each, but like the Bengals were just driving down the field whenever the incident happened. Just off of that, I think that they're going to stick to it. The Bills defense has been badly injured all over the place, and the Bengals offense is really strong. So give me the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay. Well, man, it's hard to pick these two teams because both of them are so well. They're good. Both of them are good, but it's like if you really look at the matchups from last week, both of these teams kind of struggled against teams that were badly injured.
Yep.
You know, the Bills just barely survived a Dolphins team that not only had their third string quarterback playing,
Wasn't it
and
his first game?
no, it's not his first game. It's for first playoff game.
Okay.
Um, Also, all of our receivers for some reason had bricks for hands, and then half of our team was injured. So on the other side, the Bengals really had a tough time with the
Ravens.
Ravens without Lamar Jackson. So it kind of is like, both of these teams looked a little shaky, but I saw somewhere that Von Miller actually had tried to motivate the Bills with the Lombardi trophy. He brought it into the clubhouse and was just like, this is what we're playing for. So I'm gonna go with the Bills. I don't think it's gonna be a very close. I think it's gonna be a very close game, and I think the Bills might just be able to squeak by like by that much.
So I remember back in 2018, that season when the Saints were the number one seed, uh, Sean Payton decided to motivate the team the same exact way, where they brought in the Lombardi trophy, put it on a stand, but not only that, the bonus that each player gets for winning the Super Bowl is like $500,000. And so Cam Jordan actually took it out of his bank account, so they had it in cash, and they surrounded the Super Bowl. And Sean Payton's like, "You want all of that? Go win 3 effing games." Uh, and then they did it. So that's your motivation, dude. A piece of
Yeah,
metal, as Rob Manfred would describe it, probably.
yeah, probably a
All
piece of
right.
metal and some paper.
God, I hate him so much. I anyways. Oh,
That's a topic for another video.
I'm just going to also say this. I had a layover in Houston whenever I was coming back from Florida. I had to, excuse me, travel by some shirts. And of course, it was uh, a shirt with the World Series trophy, and it's like back where it belongs. And it's like, you guys didn't even own it to begin with. Doesn't belong to you guys. Disgusting, dude.
Yeah, that you
Disgusting.
know what that shirt belongs
In the trash.
exactly.
Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and talk about the number 5 seeded Dallas Cowboys at the number 2 seeded San Francisco 49ers. Take it away. Main
All
event.
right. Well, we got the 49ers that, before the first half ended, looked like they were just going to be demolished. They're going to be taken down. But then all of a sudden, they were the ones flying up in the sky and pooping on the Seahawks. Um, Man, Brock Purdy just, I don't know what is up with this guy. And like, going from a third string quarterback to being like the next possibly Tom Brady, maybe. But man, he just went off in that game. And then on the other side, you got the Cowboys who made the Buccaneers look like child's play. That was just Well, I mean, naturally they missed 4 extra points in a row, but that didn't even really matter. Like they were up like 18-0 at halftime, I think it was. So, extra points didn't really matter at that point. Um, but I'm going to go with the 49ers. I feel like the 49ers have the better defense, the better offense, arguably maybe the better quarterback, maybe. It just they have so many different weapons that they could go to on offense that it's just, it's hard to pick against them.
It's so hard to pick against the 49ers that it bothers me, because when does a Cinderella story end for the 49ers, dude?
Yeah.
Brock Purdy, he's been playing great. The offense has been clicking better than it has with the prior two quarterbacks in charge. But they're on an 11-game winning streak. Like, when does it end? And these Dallas Cowboys might be the ones to end it. I don't know. I think that San Francisco has the better defense, but Brock Purdy, like, yes, I know he's been electrifying, but it's just I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, you know? And so, with that being said, I might be crazy, but
Be
I'm going
crazy.
to do a coin flip, because this
Whoa.
for the playoffs, I can't
Playoff coin
I
flip.
can't
Holy
pick
crap.
this matchup, dude. Number 5 seeded Cowboys, number 2 49ers. It's too close for me, dude. And if I really wanted to, I would have to pick the 49ers, so that way you don't gain more on me. And I think Ben would probably pick the 49ers as well, but we're leaving it to the coin. So, Chris, what's heads, what's tails?
We're gonna go Cowboys tails because the Cowboys are the butt of the joke.
Love it. Okay. It is
Tails.
tails. So
Ooh.
I am going with the Cowboys. I was leaning that way, which would mean that my NFC matchup for the championship is the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys, which you just
Ugh.
know the NFL, the
Ugh.
organization is just sitting there in their chairs like, oh, oh, yeah. Whereas you and I, we're sitting there like, oh, no. One of
Oh
these two
no.
teams are going to make the Super Bowl for sure.
God. If I had to choose one, I would have gone with the Eagles because God, I don't want the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl.
I don't want. No, but we just have to wait and see how it plays out, man.
Yes, yes.
All right, man. Well, that's going to be it for our picks. Nice short little video. Thank you so much for coming on, Chris. And of
Got it.
course, we'll be back next week for our championship predictions. And that's final score. Thank you and good night.